to myself, what a wonderful world.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So if the intro wasn't a massive giveaway, we're back out working on the Mk2 Fiesta today. Well, I wouldn't really say working on it, I've just got it back from the body shop the other day. I'm going to be talking a lot more on the outcome of the bodywork, but for now I'm just going to wash it and I'll catch up with you guys in a minute. Right, and just like that, the Mk2 is nice and clean again. I'm going to jack it up and show you the result of the bodywork. So if you watched the previous video, you would have realised that I got them to change the outer sill, and there was actually a bit more work on the inner sill which needed doing, but Simon at the body shop took it all in his stride and said that I wouldn't have even needed an inner sill anyway. It's actually quite hard to film under here at the moment just because I haven't got it up that high, but as you can see, this section is all really nice and neat and clean now. I will add some photos in of before, but I did have a patch here before where it was all crusty, and yeah, that bit up there is nice and solid as well. But this is actually my first time seeing underneath as well, and I'm really happy with this inner sill bit. So I couldn't really talk properly underneath the car, but that's the first time I've seen it, and I think that inner sill looks really good now. I had loads of patches there before, and the sill actually had a couple on as well. I'll whack in a couple of photos because Simon did actually take some photos while he was taking the Fiesta apart, but he didn't have no other photos, just pictures of the rotten parts. As for the exterior, I think the paintwork speaks for itself. So that's the sill, all nice and tidied up. Really happy with this job. Just looks really neat under here now. As for the rear quarter, yeah, that's as straight as anything now. As you would remember from the last video, I did ask them to spray this whole area because there was a slight bit of a repair that had happened a little while ago, and yeah, this colour was all off, so the rear quarter's been sprayed as well. Just before Simon was about to spray this, he did give me the option whether to get the door and the wings sprayed as well. He just said that in the future, if I ever get any more panels done, then it'll look a lot cleaner, and this colour will definitely blend into the door and the wing better. So I opted to get the door and the wing sprayed. It wasn't a lot more extra at all, so he really helped me out there, and this side of the car looks absolutely brand new. Really happy with it. As for the bonnet, this was another one of the eyesores that was on his list to repair. This had so many dents in it. I really didn't get the camera to pick them up in the last video, but yeah, the bonnet was in a pretty bad state, and Simon did actually mention that it was an absolute ball ache, but fair play to him, it looks immaculate now. Let me know if you think I should keep it badgeless in the comments below. So the place I actually got all this work done was S&S Accident Repairs. If you go onto their website, you'll find their number. If anyone ever wants to get some body work done, then contact Simon. Let him know that Mk2 Mitch sent you. I think for the second part of this video, I'm going to go for a quick drive, park up, and I'll tell you guys what's next for the Mk2 Fiesta. So probably the biggest question on your mind right now is what's next for the Mk2. I'm just going to run you through just a few of the things that I still need to do to it. So the main section that I still need to work on is the engine bay. And although it's dusty in here, I've got to admit that I haven't really paid much attention to the engine bay at all over my nearly 3 years of ownership. It looks quite run down and tatty. All I've ever done is service it. And you're probably wondering, what are the plans? And no, I'm not going to stick a ZTEC in it, and no, I'm not going to stick a CVH. The plan with this Mk2 Fiesta was always to keep it standard and original. So what I want to do eventually is get the engine out, paint it all up, replace some old components such as the thermostat, water rail, radiator, tidy up the battery tray, clean up all of these tanks such as a coolant reservoir, the window screen wash bottle under the scuttle here. It looks a bit rusty, but it's not, it's just got surface rust. I need to get in there and treat that, paint it body colour. I know Shane Baker does a brand new one of these bonnet catches, want to buy one of them. I just want to get it all nice, painted and looking really original, because I feel like the engine bay definitely does let this down. Now I did have one idea, and that was to create this engine into a gold sill engine. Hopefully people know what I'm talking about with that. It's basically just a Ford refurbished engine, but I'm going to sort of do it myself, seeing as they wouldn't restore one of these engines themselves these days. I think that would be quite a niche thing to show once I pull the bonnet up, but let me know what your opinions are on that. So apart from under the bonnet, I've got a couple of other little bits that really get on my nerves. A few of them is these rubbers. They're too short. Really don't know where to get these from. If anyone knows, then let me know, because they're short and they're deteriorating slightly up there. Just really want to get some new ones of them. Another thing is these mirror caps. They look really nice and they'll actually do with a little restore and they'll be alright. But down here, the metal part of the mirror needs some work onto it. Other things include the door locks. So if anyone's watched my videos from like 3 years ago, you realise that this was probably one of the first things I sprayed. I hated the look of the original ones, but now I hate the look of these. I want them to look like the original plastics, along with these locks, because as you can see, where I've put the key in and out, the GoPro probably won't pick it up, but I've chipped the paint and it just looks horrible now. So I want to get a new handle and lock kit just so it looks original and matches these grey plastics. Moving on to the back of the Mk2, it's fairly decent condition. The only thing I would like to do is actually finish my custom lights. I've had this idea for ages and I haven't seen anyone else do it, so you'll have to wait for the video on that. Also, the only thing that's letting the underside down now is this ropey old exhaust, so I think I'm gonna have to get in contact with a couple of companies and get myself a custom stainless exhaust. It's not original, but it will future-proof me and look much better than that horrible exhaust I've got on there at the moment. Also, I've got a new window screen to go on. You can't see much from the outside, but if we jump inside, you can probably see that the laminate is starting to go in the middle of the glass. So I have got a new second-hand, good condition one of them, so I will be replacing that eventually. I have got some small issues with the fuel. Basically, every now and again when I go around a sharp corner, fuel actually leaks out of here, and I'm gonna have to actually ask you guys some suggestions, because I've changed the cap and the seal, but it's still leaking. So could the seals that go into the tank be leaking and force it up? I don't know, but yeah, if anyone's had a leaky cap before or fuel leaking back up, then please let me know what you've done to fix it. Moving on to the interior, this has got just as many things I want to restore. First things first, these door cards. They are actually my second set, because I do have a better set which I'm going to be getting retrimmed, so these are just a temporary measure. I really need to get that sorted and get them retrimmed, but I'm not really sure on a place. So once again, if you guys do have any suggestions on retrimming places around Hertfordshire, Essex or London, then please let me know. If you've been watching my videos, you would have seen that I restored this switch holder behind it, the reinforcement bracket, and that's great, but I don't have a rear demist or a rear wiper, so I need to fit my blanks that Shane Baker gave to me. Another little bit that's just been getting on my nerves is this winder is missing down here for the passenger seat, so I really need to get that fixed, because I do have it, but I just can't seem to work out how it actually goes on. I need to put a little bit of time into that and think about how to put that back on. So to be honest, I think that's all the things I can think off the top of my head, what I still need to do to the Mk2 Fiesta. But this is just an ongoing project. I'm always going to have bits to do on it, and that's just the beauty of owning a classic. But now for the most important bit, I need to take a TikTok. I've just got home, but there's something really important that I missed out, and that was the fact that I have got some new wheels. Do you guys think that anything could beat the banded stills? I wonder, but they'll be revealed soon as well. I'm not sure if I'll keep them, I might just sell them on. Before I finish this video, I just want to give a massive thank you to anyone who's purchased a sticker recently. That's the #1 way to support the channel. I do understand I haven't been doing a lot of hands-on work on the Mk2 recently, but I wanted to make this video as an update on the bodywork and also an update on what's to come. So if you did enjoy the video, give it a like, and if you're liking what you're seeing, subscribe to the channel to see more. And until the next one, I'll see you guys in the next video.